Hello everyone. Welcome to learning how to make cookie decorating videos with me, Leanne Bailey. I am the owner of the Bailey Bakery. Let me see. I made a note so I wouldn't forget anything. So I started my cookie decorating as a hobby, like most people do, in 2017. So I'm just right at 5 years. I think my first holiday that I actually sold any cookies was Valentine's Day, and that is coming up, so I'm right at the 5-year mark. I got started just by wanting to make Christmas cookies. I was, I'm a crafter. I like, having hobbies and doing different things. I used to be a scrapbooker. So, cookies just kind of fell right into that category, and I just couldn't wait to try it. So that's kind of how I got started. I got started making Christmas cookies. I loved it. I researched cookies for like 3 days before I could finally make them, and then I wouldn't let my family eat them because it took me another 3 days to actually make the cookies. So anyway, that's a little bit about my backstory. Let me see. So hello to everybody that is watching this live, but if you're watching this as a replay and you have a comment or a question and you comment on the post, just say replay, and I think that's what we're supposed to say, and that way I'll know you're watching it as a replay and I didn't enter it to begin with. So I've been seeing lots of posts lately about people wanting to learn how to make videos. Well, actually making videos is not that hard. It may seem intimidating if you don't know where to start, so I understand that. But I have been making videos. I've made hundreds of videos. So if you want to see some of my really terrible first videos where I didn't have a clue what I was doing, go to TikTok. I am the Bailey Bakery on TikTok, and my very first videos are still there. I have not deleted them. You can scroll all the way down and you can see where I started and how bad the videos actually were, because they're there. They're still there. All right, so I have a room in my basement that I have built just to make cookies. I am a full-time cookier. I basically do this full-time. I know I signed up to do this live in October and people were like, I can't wait that long, but I didn't do it before because, October through December is just madness. Oh, cookies, crazy. So here I am in January. I am taking January off. I knew if I just picked the middle of the month, I'd have time to clean up my room, have a little downtime, and get organized to do this video. So here I am. So as you're watching, if you have any questions, I've got an outline of pretty much what I do, but some things I am just so used to doing. I may skip out something that I don't think about, that you might have a question about. So I'll try to watch for questions as they pop up, or I'll go back through them. So if you have a question, you can ask and I'll try to catch it. So let's start. I'm gonna get up. I got my phone on a little tripod. It's a little rinky-dink one because I got my good one over here that I make videos with. But so I am going to get up and I'll show you my room. That way you can see my setup where I make videos from far away, like the wide picture instead of just right up here close. So I'm sorry if I do this. So I'm going to turn this camera around. See, this is a bad tripod. So hold on. Okay. So I'm sorry if my camera just swings around. This tripod is really bad. Okay, so this is where, and I have just recently, since Christmas, rearranged my room. So keep that in mind. I used to do it kind of differently, but I've still used the same equipment. I just got a different table and stuff. So this over here is my video making table. I'm gonna back up and go to the other part of the room so I can kind of explain. All right, so that is just for storage. I do everything in this room. So I make my dough in that mixer. This is my oven where I bake my cookies. I have a fridge, have storage. I have a baker's rack. I am the Bailey Bakery. So that shelf is just packaging. That is all packaging on that shelf. And this little shelf I take to pop-ups. So it's just kind of in here to get it out of my garage, basically. So I'm gonna turn and come back to this way. This is my cookie cutter storage. And my basement was unfinished, so my room is not finished, but behind this is a hot water heater, and I didn't want to have to like build a closet with a door, so I built it to fit this rack so it would hold all of my cutters and it would hide the hot water heater. So I got a sink. I love my sink. It's where I do all my dishes. Let me see. So over in this corner, okay, so I got this wall. We had to build this wall here because I'm in a basement and we don't have natural drains that go out through the basement. There's a pump actually back there that kicks on sometimes for my sink water. Behind the curtain, I have a 3D printer, the Eddy, and my dehydrator is on that shelf with some more just clutter. So, okay, I'm gonna go back this way. Hope I'm going slow enough. So I do dishes there. I have these tables here that I work at. I have a fridge, an oven, a mixer, and then back over here to the table where I make the videos. So, I am going to take my phone out of this holder. Hold on a second. So it's hard to video and tell you what you need to know and hold this. Okay, so first let's talk about setup. So let me come back over here. First, I started with this light. So I'm not saying you have to go out and buy everything because I did not. This happened over time. So I started out with this little LG light. Got it from Amazon. It's great. It has a little slider. You can like brighten it, dim it. That's what I started using to make videos. Well, actually, when I started making videos, I was upstairs in my kitchen. I had natural light. I tried to use the windows, natural light as best I could. But you know how cookiers are. A lot of times it happens at night. So I can sit down here all night. Doesn't matter what time of day it is. I don't have any windows, but I have these lights that I got on Amazon. I can't remember. I was going to look it up. So when this is over, I'll put links for the lights in the comments. But I'm thinking they were like $100 or less. I actually got a 3-pack because I wanted this one that was like the overhead, and then it came with 2 of the ones that's just stand up. So to me, this light mimics a window because it is rectangle, it is bright. So you can get reflections in your cookies when the icing is wet. And so with this other light, and I even tried a little ring light, I just didn't like the light, the reflection that was happening in my cookies. I hope that makes sense. So, okay, so I have the Archon mounts. I have 2 of their tripods, but don't fuss at me because I bought them before the incident and they were too expensive to throw away. So that is what I use. So today, that camera, I got that camera today only because my phone is just full, so full of videos, and I'm constantly transferring them to the iPad. So I am trying a different route. So that camera has Bluetooth, so I can video from that camera, and then I can get an app from my phone. I can see the photos on my phone that I took from that camera, and hopefully edit them and post them from there. But I'm not using that tonight because I just got it today, and I don't know how to use it yet. Actually, let me say that. Okay. So this phone is my daughter's. I borrowed it for like demonstration. So there is 2 to 3 different ways you can set up your phone. Hold on, everybody see. Is it cutting out for everybody? Or is like some people good? I didn't know if it was me because I've kicked my whole family off the Wi-Fi and I am on Wi-Fi. So I hope it's good for somebody, not just me. Okay, so no issues here. Okay, good. So maybe it's just the people watching their connection. Okay, so there is 2 or 3 different ways you can set up to video. I have done, like, this camera is set up to directly video overhead, like straight ahead, which I have done a bunch of times. But this, I have been going kind of in an angle lately, because I find that you have less blockage from your hand when your phone is at an angle. So, so far up into this point, I have made every single video with my phone. The phone I have is an iPhone 12 Pro. Yeah, that's what it is. It's an iPhone 12 Pro. But this phone is great too. This is the 10. And I use this phone. This phone was mine before it became my daughter's. And it made great videos too. So any of the newer phones are great. The very first phone that I had that I started out with was the first iPhone SE. So it doesn't really matter what you have. Just start with what you have. So the first, and I'm going to go back to this because see, this little tripod, this was my first tripod that I made videos with. And this come with my first Pico projector. So, you know, I started with this. I started with my little iPhone. So just start with what you have. I started with that light. You can start if you want to do it during the day. I'm going to get my chair. Sorry. Do it with a window where you don't need lighting. But I'm just showing you my setup. So here's when I sit down. I hope you can see they're kind of low. I just kind of sneak in there. My lights are really low. They're close to the table. I like this one to the side. And I like this one kind of overhead. Oh, and one more thing is you don't want any direct overhead lighting right above you from like your room, because that can create some really bad shadows. Okay, so I'm gonna have to put y'all back in this tripod or this little holder. So hold on a second and I'll flip you back around. Sorry about that. Okay. Okay, so I know it's a little crooked. I'm trying not to block y'all. So I am going to walk y'all through. I don't want that to fall out. So I'm gonna turn it. I'm crooked. So, okay. So the whole point is, you know, you don't have to go out, you don't have to buy new cameras, new lighting, or you don't have to buy, you just start with what you have. That's exactly what I did. I used the phone I had, I used like, I started with natural light because I was actually upstairs in my kitchen. Let me see, so just start with what you have. That's all I recommend. But when you get to the point where you're ready to move up, I'll link what I use, like the lighting and the tripods and all that. Oh, and I do have a Surface from Replica Surface down, and I prefer white. That's just what I have been using and what I like. So, okay, let me see. Let me check my notes. Okay, so far as videoing, I have been videoing. Let me check comments too. You did that mac and cheese set. Love it. Okay, so I don't see any more questions. I think it was just about the cutting out. So, I like to video in 4K because technology is only going to get better from here. So my phone has 4K on it, and that's what I use because I feel like you might as well use the best that you have available to you, because you know, technology, the phones, the newer phones, I go back and look at some of my first videos and I'm thinking, boy, those look really, really grainy and really bad quality. So I'm just trying to prepare myself for the future if I need to post these videos again. Okay, so I've talked about the angle. Like you can do straight over the top or you can do it in an angle. I kind of prefer the angle so your hand doesn't block the camera as much. And it's really hard. I know it's really hard to not block the video or put, you know, get your hand in front. So it's just really, it's just practice. Practice, holding your bag at an angle, kind of holding your hand. And after you do it a while, you kind of get the feel if you're blocking the camera or not. And then sometimes it's really hard when you're doing the cookie to look at the screen because it just messes me up. So anyway, okay, so I'm going to actually, okay, good, I think I can get it in here. I am actually going to do an entire video so you can watch me. I'm going to lower that just a little bit. Sorry if I'm blocking that. Okay, try that. Okay, so I have this little cookie. I did this video. I just made this in purple. It's a flower and with 2 little leaves. I thought this would be a quick little cookie, and it's just a mini cookie. And actually you can do mini cookies and you just zoom in and people can't tell that it's a mini over a regular size cookie. So let me turn this phone on. Okay, so I hit the video button and I'm going to go up here and hit 4K, and then I'm going to zoom in. Okay, I'll see if I can move this. I'm sorry if it's moving, but I want y'all to see. Is that going to work? Can y'all see? I think there's bad lighting. Okay, so I am zoomed in pretty close on this cookie to make this video. If y'all can see that. So I'm going to set y'all back down. Okay, hope y'all can see. So what I like to do, one of the first things you want to do after you zoom in and you get your cookie there is you want to focus on this cookie because your hand is going to be up here and you don't want the focus to come away from the cookie to your hand. So one of the things that you can do, and I see people when I watch other videos, sometimes, you know, it goes in and out of focus from the cookie, and all you have to do that is really simple is you just touch the cookie and it comes up with this little yellow square, and that means it is focused on that cookie. So I have icing. I made this icing last night and it's just been sitting here. So this is, so I'm getting ready to actually go to make a video. So I have touched it. It is focused on the cookie. When you're making a video, you actually should go slower on the video decorating than you would normally, or I do. So I'm gonna hit video. So it is going. I'm gonna come in here very slowly and kind of shaking. I'm normally not shaking, but so I've touched down. I am outlining this cookie very, very slowly. When people are watching your videos, they find pleasure in the satisfaction of watching this. Okay, so I'm done. So as soon as you are done, like as soon as I hit stop that outline, I come up here and I hit the stop button, because when you do that, you can eliminate all extra editing. You don't have to, like, if you don't accidentally like video going like a big blank space going from one icing and then I got to get my other icing and I got to get it right. So if you just stop your video right at the end of that, and then I'm going to touch it and focus again before I hit this. But if you do that, then that makes it really super simple to edit your videos. Okay. And I'm not sure what I was saying before that, but so I'm going to flood this. When people are watching your videos, it brings them satisfaction. So you want to decorate your cookie in a satisfying way to the best of your ability. So when I am flooding this cookie, I am going to do it really slow. I like to stay along the outside, try to go all the way around. This is a little bitty cookie, so I will go around the whole thing and then just go really, really slow and fill it in. We're gonna speed it up later, and that'll look really satisfying, because I've seen some people just kind of go da 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 da, or their icing was too thick, and you're just kind of because it looks like. But to me, I decorate cookies, so I kind of know it was kind of but to me, but you know, you just want it to people. You just want people. No, Kaylin says, are you recording in time lapse? No, I am not recording in time lapse. I am just recording in regular video mode in 4K. So, my icing's dripping. So I'm going to hit this. I'm going to hit record, and then I'm going to flood this cookie. So I just found a place to start. I just go really slow. So later when we speed this up. And so right here, like when I'm coming around, I just have to learn to angle my bag so my hand is not in front of the camera. And my hands hardly ever, you know, get in front of the cookie or scene. I mean, they are occasionally when they're really big cookies, but especially for mini cookies, you know, you see the piping bag. So I am done. I'm going to hit stop. So as soon as you're done, you hit stop. And then when we go back and put all these videos together, it just flows smoothly. Okay, so here's another tip. I'll be right back. So I keep this fan. This is just a little fan. I got this on Amazon. It says Honeywell. So it has a little bottom, and I can tilt it like this. It's like to tilt your fan up, but I actually tilt it, and I will set my fan right here, because when I'm doing a really simple cookie, I don't want to move it from its position while I'm videoing, so it has a nice flow and there's not different, you know, jumps when it changes. So I would just turn this fan on high, and I'm going to let it crest over this flood icing just enough so I can go back and put the outline on top of it. And that way I can do that really quickly without having to take it off of video or move my cookie. It doesn't work with every single cookie, but when I have time, this is what I do. I will just set my fan here without moving anything. So while that is drying, let me look. Yeah, I'll share everything. I'll even edit this video with you. I'll walk you through posting it. Yes, I think the skillet square does stay. If you can hear water, somebody said they could hear water. That's probably my daughter taking a shower, like up 2 floors up, and it was just running down. So. Okay, so like the way that I decorate cookies that are for orders is totally different than the way I decorate cookies for videos. Like, you know, I'm not so particular with my orders. Like, I'm not just super slow, take my time, make it look so pretty, like in video mode. You know, I'll do like this half and fill it in kind of as I go. So I will share links. The lights come from Amazon, and I will share links on the live when it's over. Okay, so I'll give this another second. Do y'all have any questions up until this point? I feel like there was something else I was going to say. Let me find my notes. Oh, yes, another tip. Okay, so another tip that I have, if you have to move your cookie while you're in the middle of a video, it's in video mode, but take a screenshot of where your cookie is in video mode. And that will help you line your cookie up if you have to move it and then come back. I had the fan on high. The reason I am not left-handed, and it is backwards because I have it like on the forward facing, so I can, on my phone, so I can see y'all's comments. So I am right-handed. Kim wants to know why I had the fan blowing. I had the fan blowing just to crust over the cookie so I can put the lines on top of it. How long have I been on TikTok? I actually joined TikTok when it was still right before, it was still Musical.ly, right before it changed over to TikTok. So I've been on TikTok since the very beginning. Miss Beginning, how is your phone set up? Oh, well, Mary, you may just have to go back from the beginning because I just showed the whole thing, like a wide view and all of that. So when this is over, you can like skip around in the beginning to see how everything was set up. Okay, so I think that's all the questions so far. So now I'm going to take my outline and I'm going to put some little swirls on top of this cookie. So I picked a really simple cookie. So I'll have like 4 videos to piece together. I'll have the outline, I'll have the flood, I'll have the squigglies, and then I'll have the leaves. So I'll just have 4 pieces to piece together. Sorry about that. I will, and Missy wants to know if I'll like share how to add music. Yes, I will walk you through editing this video completely from step to step and even posting it on TikTok. So if you want to hang around for that, I will show it all. My TikTok is the Bailey Bakery. So, okay, before I start, I touch the screen. That's just a habit. I see the square, and then I'm going to hit record. So it is recording, and then I'm just going to come in here really slowly and easy. And normally, if I wasn't doing a live video, I might have let my fan dry it just for a little bit a second longer. So sometimes you have mishaps while you are videoing. If it's an itty bitty one, like you're outlining your cookie and the outline drips off the side, you know, I have just kept going and took my scribe and just scraped it off at the end. All right, I added the lines. I did it really nice and slow coming up here, and I stopped my video. So this is my daughter's phone. So I have borrowed my daughter's phone so I can go live on my phone and show you how I video using her phone. So I do not have two phones. Okay, so now after putting the lines on there, I have some green icing. I'm gonna add leaves. I have it cut with like a leaf angle. Okay, so same thing. I'm going to touch the screen over on top of where the leaves are, and I'm going to hit video, and I'm going to add these leaves. So I just keep my hands are not even in this video, but I still hold my arm, and I just go extra slow and make sure it looks satisfying, because nobody will know that I have videoed this super slow. Up and down, pull it out. Okay, so the very, very last video I know I'm doing for this cookie, I let it record like an extra 10 seconds or so, because that kind of gives them a chance to see the cookie at the end before the video cuts off. So it's probably went 10 or 15 seconds. I'm gonna stop this video, and that is done. There is four videos to this cookie, and then there's the cookie. So now I'll show you what I do. I have an iPad, so I am going to edit on my iPad. Okay, so what I do now, even this, if this was my phone right here, I still like to edit on my iPad if I can. I can edit on both. I have the apps that I use on my phone and on my iPad. So I can, in a pinch, I can edit on both. Okay, so what I am going to do is I am going to airdrop these videos. So I'm gonna hit select, and I'm going to touch these 4 videos, and I'm going to hit the little square with the up arrow, and then I'm going to airdrop, and that says mom on my iPad because this is my daughter's phone. So I'm gonna airdrop those. Hope y'all are still there. Airdrop, and it's not on here. I don't know why I can't airdrop. Okay, but I have a solution. I'm gonna let that go. Okay, so I'm gonna take y'all out of the holder, and I'm gonna flip you around. Okay, hope I can do this and hold this. Okay, so I like to use the app Splice right here. Splice. This is the app that I personally prefer. I'm not saying it's the best. I'm not saying it's, you know, the right one, the wrong one. I'm just telling you this is the app I like to use. And I think you do have to pay for it. In the beginning it was free, but then you ended up having to pay, and I don't know what the price is now, but this is the app I like to use. I have InShot, and I have some more videos apps, but this is my go-to. And I hit that cookie, sorry. Okay, so these are, I don't remember how much Splice was, You'll just have to go to the App Store and see what it is. Okay, so I can't see my iPad. Okay, I'm gonna hit new project. And then I have the videos from this flower where I did it in purple. So what I did, and I only have 3 for that, so I must have outlined and flooded all in the same video, or I'm missing one. Okay, so I selected the 3 videos, and you select them in order. So if I select this one, if I select it this way, they will come in backwards. So select them in order, and then hit next. Let me see if I can crop this up on something. A little bit. Okay, so what I like about this, and I might have to turn this light off. Okay, much better, much better. Okay, so what I like about this app is it has TikTok, it has Instagram, Reels, Stories, and so what that is, so I'm going to select TikTok. We're going to leave it at TikTok, and we will hit Create. Sorry, my iPad screen is dirty. Okay, so I have all of my videos here, and I can like put them over, and I can go really fast, and it shows me the video. Okay, so, but these clips are still in sections. Yeah, because here's another section. Okay, so there's still 3 sections. So what I like to do is before I do anything else, I just want to export this video using this little button up here. This is very hard to do. So I like to save it in the 4K, the best quality, and I'm going to hit save. The hair. So I have to wait for it to save this video. Boy, that's a bad angle. I can see all the fingerprints on my iPad. See, I didn't have to do that. When I got Splice, I paid a one-time fee. I'm thinking I paid like $30 just to buy it. And then I have it, you know, of course I was able to download it on my iPad and my phone. So I don't know what, somebody said that Splice has 1 week trial and then $2.99 per week after that. But look, I'm not saying that you have to do Splice. I'm just saying this is the program that I use, and it's the one I'm most familiar with, and this is the one I can explain how to edit videos the best. So there's others, like there's InShot and stuff. Try those. They all work the same. You just have to figure out where the buttons are. So I'm going to hit close. So this video has edited, and I'm going to go out of Splice. And then my next app I use is called Slow Fast. So I'm going to open that. And I'm going to hit this little plus. And then I'm going to hit other videos. They're always in other. So here is the first 3 that are original. But here, this last video is the one I just exported. And I'm going to just take that one video because that is the entire video in one clip. And so I was watching something. So it has noise. Whatever background noise is, this is where I always mute it, is in Splice. I just hit this little button twice and it takes away all the background noise. But see, this is exactly the same cookie, same concept, but I just outlined and flooded in the same video as to where the pink one I did for y'all. I had 4 videos. Okay, so this is where I like to speed my videos up. So you just take these little things and drag them up, and it tells you at the top what your video is. So that got it down to 10 seconds. I tell you, my magic number is 15 seconds. That's what I like. So I would bring, so I would try, I'm sorry if I can't, I'm trying to, it's hard to do this and like show y'all everything in this screen. Okay. So I'm going to bring, I always make, so if that's all the way straight across, that is 13 seconds. But this is the very end of the clip. I always like to bring the end of the clip down to make it 15 if I can, because what that does, and I'm going to bring this over just a little bit. Okay, so I know that looks weird, but what that does is it gives you a nice smooth video. We're going to watch it. I always watch it before I export it. And this is at 15 seconds. So it gives you a normal kind of thing. And then when it gets to the end, it slows it down. And you know where you gave it like 10 extra seconds, that just lets them see the actual cookie before it just cuts off. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to export this video, and I export it with this little square, and I always say original. There it is, it's exporting. Okay, so it has exported, so I'm going to like close this app out. I'm going to go back to Splice, and I'm going to start a new project. And I used to do it totally different, but this has been the best. So on these videos, if you look closely, you can see it tells you how long each video is. So after you do this, and after you have edited this long video in Splice, you can go back and delete this long video. You don't need it anymore, and it just takes up space. It just allows you free space. So I'm going to select this one video that I just made 15 seconds, if you can see. I just made that 15 seconds in that slow fast app, and then I am going to hit next, and I'm going to leave it on TikTok, and I'm going to hit create. Okay, so here it is. What I always like to do is just add my name, because in the very beginning, people would steal your videos and post them as their own. So down here, I'm going to hit text. It pops up for me to type. I am just going to come down here, type the space. Okay, so I got the Bailey Bakery. I'm going to hit the little blue check, and there it is. So what you can do is just make it really small. It don't have to be big, just something small. That way people can't steal your videos. So what I like about this is, like, look, it tells you where all the TikTok writing is going to be. So it's not hidden. So I put it there, and then I like to change the font. I use the same font every time. Just scroll over. Like, I hit font. I'm not sure you saw that. I hit the little word. It says font. I scroll over. I like this certain one. It changes it. Okay, so it only makes the font on this much of your video. So like if I hit play, there's the font. When it ends that, the font goes away. So you want to drag this font to be the entire length of your video. And then that's pretty much, this video is done. So, you know, you can always watch it, because sometimes on cookies that I have multiple steps, I get through there and then one of the clips got out of order, and then it's really a pain to go back. So I always try to just at least watch it once. I'm watching it play. Okay, while that's playing, I'm going to scroll. Laura wants to know if this can be done on Android devices. I'm sure it can if, you know, you can get the apps. Okay, thoughts on, Caroline wants to know thoughts on videoing with versus without gloves. My thoughts are, the cookies I make for videos are only for videos. I don't video people's orders. So I do not wear gloves. Thinking that's all I see. Okay, so this is exported. So now, ooh, I hope I can get on TikTok on this app. You know, I forgot to check that. I don't even know where it is. Here it is. Okay, and I gotta turn my Bluetooth off because it's got an external speaker, and that way it doesn't blow us away. I would like to find. Oh, I don't want that. Is it me? So, it has been a long time since I have been on TikTok on this iPad. Okay, I have to hit agree. Okay, so they have recently, they're always changing how they do things. That's just normal though. Okay, so I have to keep, of course my iPad has to be vertical, so I'm just holding my phone. So one thing you can do that you have changed is like, as you're watching people's videos, so you can hear it, like if you come across an audio that you like, it tells you what the audio is right here, and you can click on it. And then if you like this audio, you can say add to favorites. Oh, you know, I'm not logged in. Let me see if I can get logged in. I gotta turn that away. Give me 1 second. I hope it's let me in, because otherwise it's not gonna let me show you how to post. Oh, and they're gonna send me a code. Hope this doesn't mess up my thing. Okay, I think I'm in. I am in. Okay. All right, so I am logged in now. So like if you come across a sound that somebody else has used, you can click on the sound and then you can say add to favorites. And then that will save the sound for you and you don't have to watch it. I mean, you don't have to search for it again. Oh, don't allow. I'm not laughing. I've got school. So, another thing. So like, here's a different sound. Like I can click on this and say, I like this sound. I don't even know what these sounds are, but I'm just showing y'all. Like, so you can say you like this sound. You can say either use sound or add to favorites, and it will save it for you. So I'm going to say, I'm going to come back up here and click off of this. So this is just TikTok. It's on the For You page. It's just random videos or whatever. So to post, like one thing you can do, you can start here. And then before you start, you can say add sound. Okay, so here is like all of their whole list of music. So they have this section, it's called recommended. They have a featured section. So what, okay, viral. So all the sounds that are viral, I'm gonna go there and talk about this. So they have top sounds. It says, so here's like the top sound on TikTok. And it goes through so many, and then I think it used to start over. I don't know how they do it now because they change it. But so here's the thing. When you're picking a sound, sometimes it's better to pick a popular sound, because that can help your video be more popular. So I am going to pick this top number 1 sound, and I'm just going to click on it. Actually, I think I have to click over here. Give it a second. Somewhere should have a little arrow that I can use that. Okay, I don't know why it's not letting me click. I think it's playing the sound. Oh, it's playing. Okay, there's the red. There is the red check. So I checked that I wanted to use that sound. Turn that back down. So it's going. It's just being slow. Okay, so here it is. I got this sound. Now I'm going to add my video, and I don't usually use any effects. It's on 15 seconds, and then I'm going to hit upload. You can tell I have not been on this a while. Okay, so here is my video. Oh, I lied. Let me tell you how to do one more thing. I'm going to go back to slice. You know what I did not do? I did not export this video with my name. So let me do that. I got sidetracked here. So I'm clicking that. I'm going to come down here. I'm going to hit 4K, and then I'm going to hit save. And this should save really fast since it's sped up. Mary wants to know if I post to Instagram as well. Yes, I do. But by not creating your TikTok in the app, I just have this like clean video with no watermarks that I can post to as many apps as I want, if that makes sense. So let me go back to TikTok. Okay, I have to exit out to get that. So, okay, here it is. We're back here. I have my song. It's on 15 seconds. Now, if I hit this red button, it would be like I could set it up and I could record like me lip singing or something like that to the actual music. That's how that works. But I've got this cookie decorating video. So here it is. It's actually 16 seconds, but it has my name. So I gotta hit this. I can't see over my phone. So I'm gonna hit that, and then I'm gonna hit next. So here it is. I think the vet song is there. Might have to hit next. Okay, so here it is with the song I selected. Let's say I don't like this song, and I want to go back and add one that I had added to my favorites. You can come down here, you can hit sound, and then there's a favorite section. And then I can just select, well actually,
hey, new car.
Let me turn this down.
It's a what?
So I can tell you. But see, okay, it tells me this sound is only 11 seconds, so that will not work. So I have to pick a sound that has at least 15 seconds for my video. So I'm gonna hit this, and then it should be there. Okay.
It's not fun. I've got school.
So it has the sound, and there's my video.
I've got school.
So, and I don't know what sound that is. I'm gonna turn it down. So then you would hit next. So this is where you add a description. I'm not actually gonna post this, so I'll just say flower. You just come up with whatever you want to tell them your whole life story. You can tell it, or you can just say flower, cookie, this part is up to you. Then you can use some hashtags. You can hashtag, like could hashtag flowers. If you make a cow cookie, you know, you could hashtag cows, or dogs, hashtag dogs, whatever you make. If you want to tag a friend, so let's say I'm just going to hashtag cookies. Now you wouldn't actually like use whatever hashtag I'm going to use. I'm just making up something, but you get the idea, so you know. You can tag somebody. I don't have anybody to tag, so I don't know. But you would hit the friends, and it's saying I don't think I have any friends. Okay, here's sugar cookie marketing. We'll click them. Okay, there we go. So, and then that's how you would tag your friends. And then, okay, you can select your cover. Not that, I didn't hit it right. Okay, so here's where you select your cover. So you can come down here and it will let you scroll to whatever you want your cover to be. So that's what they will see before they click on your cookie. And then I'm going to hit save. And then it's ready to post. You can just hit post. I always say everyone can watch it, because I mean that they're for everyone. You're not like making personal videos. So I just keep all that checked. And then you would hit post and it would upload. But I am just going to hit drafts. And you can so if you hit drafts, you can come in and you can upload 10 videos and just hit drafts, and then go post 1 a day, 2 a day, and all you have to do to post those is go to your profile. Okay, so here you are at your profile. I have some pin posts. So here's your drafts. I would just click on this, and ever how many you add in here, it's ready to go. It's got music. You just hit next. It saved all of that, and it saved your cover photo. And then you can just hit post. But I'm gonna put it back to drafts. Okay, so Jennifer says, so it skipped you doing the line in the middle. Was that on purpose or something got deleted? I'm not sure what she's referring to. You have tons of followers. Julie says, you have tons of followers on TikTok. Do you make money from TikTok? Hope you don't mind if I ask. No, I don't mind at all if you ask. I'll be super honest. Because I'm not holding anything back. I'm just telling you all my secrets. So I do have, I have 5.2 million followers. I've posted hundreds of videos. I don't know, a couple hundred, 300, I really don't know. So I don't make much money on TikTok now, but my first year, so I joined in July. Sorry, I don't know. So let me just go back to my face. Okay. All right. So I'll just hold the phone. It's hard to look at myself and look at the camera. So I actually joined TikTok in July, and by December I had 1 million followers. But let me tell you a little secret. I'm going to put this in this holder. Is that I had this message on Instagram. Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that. Okay, I can talk to y'all better like this. So I had somebody send me a message on Instagram, and they had asked me if I would mind joining this app, and I had already posted a few videos on Instagram. I tell you, they were not great, but you got to start somewhere. So if you haven't started making videos, just do it. Whatever you got, just make it, because once you do it and you get a little practice in, I promise you will get better. But somebody had sent me this message and said, hey, would you mind joining this app? Just posting a few videos. I was like, yeah, why not? And so it ended up being, it was Musical.ly at the time, and then it switched over to TikTok. And so by December, I had like 1 million followers within like 6 months. And it just happened, but it was all, it was just the timing, you know, when you get in at the very beginning, it just happens. Like, with basically any app, you know, anybody is on it at the very beginning, they have like the most followers. It just happens. I mean, I didn't plan for it to happen. I had no idea it was going to happen, but I'm thankful it happened. So that next year, after December, I made lots of money. My videos went viral. I would get millions of views. People just loved them. I mean, I was just, and I tell you, some of my videos that went really viral, they were just bad. They were really bad. I look back now, I'm like, can't believe I like posted that. But anyway, how I made money is, music artists, because you know, the TikToks, you play music with your TikToks. So like, you know, when I had videos get millions of views, artists wanted that to be their song that was playing with that cookie. So, you know, I was getting paid to use certain songs. And I probably made, like $40,000 in 1 year on TikTok. But I'm not making money. I'm not making that now because, actually 1 year ago in January, last January, we were working on my room down here in the basement, and my husband, he fell, and he shattered his elbow. It dislocated it, it crushed it, it shattered it. He had to have surgery. He had to have an elbow replacement. So it has been a very long year. And so since last January, my TikTok has just kind of went down. I don't get many views, but the whole last year, I basically did not, I did not post hardly anything. And so that's the result of that. But I tell you, I got really burnt out. So it's okay. I have a great cookie business. Like, basically, I have supported us for this past entire year. I do make money from the Creator Fund, which is not a lot, but you know, every little bit helps. I do still have people reach out and want to pay me to make videos to promote them. I just recently did some for Amazon Prime. So if you get on TikTok and you have people to reach out, if you have like videos that go viral and you have people reach out and say, hey, could you make some videos for me? Don't do them for free. Don't undervalue your work, because let me say, they will pay good money for you to make cookie videos of their products. And so, let me see. Let me find my notes. What else? I wasn't planning on telling you all that, but I will. Okay, so I never delete my videos, because you never know when a new app is going to come out, and then you want to post all of your old videos to that new app. And if you have to go download them from TikTok, it will have the TikTok watermark on them. So you save your videos. So that way, when a new app comes out, because a new app will come out, I guarantee it, and you'll want to start posting your videos in the beginning so you can get like lots of followers. So save your videos. Save, if you don't have a lot of storage, save your 15-second completed videos if you need to delete the other parts of the video that you made to get up to that. Do y'all, I can show y'all, do y'all want me to show you how to post to Instagram? I feel like most people probably know how to post to Instagram. You mentioned you had kids. Do they think it's cool you're on TikTok? Okay, well, I have 4 kids. So I have a girl. She's 18. She's in high school. And I have a boy who just turned 17. He's a junior. And then I have a 10-year-old who's a 4th grader. And I have an 8-year-old who's a 2nd grader. So just recently, let me tell y'all this little quick story. So honestly, in my personal life, I do not talk about, like, when I was getting all the followers on TikTok, it's kind of embarrassing. I mean, I'm not proud of it, but, you know, I don't go around saying, hey, you know, I got all these followers on TikTok, because it's kind of embarrassing. So it's like, I never talk about TikTok around anybody locally. But a few of the kids that my kids went to school with, they were on TikToks, they saw, and so just recently, like right before Christmas, or maybe it was this month, I can't remember. I think it actually might have been this month. One of my kids' teachers, there was another kid in class with my son who's 17, and this other kid says, hey, Mason's mom's on TikTok and she has 5 million followers. So he brings up TikTok. I don't know if he brings up TikTok, but I think he searched YouTube or something, and there's some fake accounts on YouTube, and so they were talking about that. So then I get, you know, messages from Paige talking about all these kids are talking about, like, everybody's talking about it. So yes, and I had one girl come from, she was a fan and she was on TikTok, and her mother was on vacation, and they come all the way from Louisiana, and she ordered her cookies, and they come by. So that's, you know, interesting things that's happened by being on TikTok. So do you link that to your Instagram and Facebook? How often do I post? Okay, I've been posting on Instagram. Actually, Instagram is my favorite place. I don't like TikTok in a way that I don't like to hang out there. I don't randomly scroll videos, because after doing it so intensely for like a couple of years, I just really got burnt out. So I still go over there and I still post. I don't have any really set how often I post, but I will say that if you post, if you want to grow your account, post often, because that will help you get more followers. If you're posting once a week, you're not going to grow as fast, but if you can make videos and you can post daily, that's great. You'll grow faster. The more you post, the faster you'll grow. I will say that. And the thing is, you just never know. You never know when you're going to get that viral video. You know, you can spend days working on a cookie and it flop. And then you can spend 30 seconds on a video and it's the greatest thing ever. So this little flour cookie, I had just shared in my stories like a couple of days ago, where I did this same cookie. You can scroll back in my feed and find it if you want to on TikTok, but it got like, it had just this perfect little song. I actually got paid to use that song, and it got like I don't know, 1 or 2 million likes, hearts, and it was just my favorite video ever. And it was just the simplest little cookie. Like, this cookie didn't take no time to make, and it just had the best views. So you know, so just don't spend days working on a cookie, because when you do, usually those are the cookies that are like, don't do as well as you think they were. So let me see, how long did it take me to get that followers? I had 1 million followers. Missy said, how long did it take me? I had 1 million followers within 6 months. Trying to click see more. Okay, there it is. Julie says, you are impressive. Thank you for sharing your advice. I am not of the TikTok generation, and it is hard to generate so much content. So what you've done is super cool. Thank you, Julie. Yes, please. I don't know what y'all said. Yes, please, too. I don't remember what I said. So Okay, so actually, she wants to know if I save my completed videos to a flash drive. Actually, I have most of mine on my iPad or on my phone, and I have iCloud. I pay for iCloud, so they're in that. I just feel like, I think I probably have some on the computer, but I think once they go to the computer, they're probably like impossible to actually get back and be workable. Oh, so Maddie says, show us the correct way to post to Instagram. Yes, I can do that. How many hashtags do you use on TikTok, and how often do you recommend to post to grow your following? I think I've already answered that. I don't use tons. You can use as many as you want. I mean, I don't use tons on, I use more on Instagram. I use more hashtags on Instagram than I do on TikTok. Ladies, watch Hype House on Netflix to learn about TikTok and the pressures of creating content. Oh yeah, I tell you, I got so burnt out. I had to like, actually, I didn't tell y'all this, but I had a manager. I had this guy that was my manager, and he's the one that got me most of the music deals. And he was constantly like, hey, he was like some young kid from California. You know, he was in college and he didn't have a life. And here I am, like, we live on a farm. We have like 200 acres and we raise cows and hay, and I have 4 kids. And so I was just constantly busy, and I was trying to make cookies for orders and make content to post to TikTok. And so he was like constantly on me, like, you should be posting more. You know, you got to keep your engagement up. And I was just like so over it. And so anyway, okay. So I will show y'all how to post to Instagram then, if y'all want to hang around for that. And I don't know, do y'all have anything else that... Sorry, Julie. Oh, my fault, my hand. So yes, he didn't have a life. He had a partying life. Like, oh, let me flip this around. Like, his life was to party, you know? So let me see if I actually have Instagram on this iPad that I can log into. I really only use this iPad. It has some games on it for my kids. I have Amazon so I can shop. Oh, here it is. It is on here. I don't know where it is because I don't ever use this. Is it? Oh, yes, it's in my bakery account. Okay. So, let me pull this up here. So, I gotta get rid of that flashy video. Okay, so, to post, like, I would post the same video to Instagram. You go to this little plus, and then, I would post it. At the moment, they're really pushing reels. So I would just post it as a reel. So, of course, I don't post from this iPad, so it's gonna make me do like this from the beginning. Okay, so it's on Reels. It's a little different, but your video is right here. You have to enable and hit continue, and you have to allow access to all photos. See, y'all just gonna see it all from the very, very beginning. Okay, so here it is. Here's the flower, 15 seconds with my name. So that's the video I want to post. So here it is, and it shows you the thing at the bottom. So I personally like 15-second videos. That is what my eyes are used to seeing. I feel like, unless it's a really, really long video where it goes super fast, I feel like 15 seconds is the magic number. Okay, so I'm going to hit add. And then, okay, let me see. Then you want to go and hit preview. Okay, so here it is. It has no songs. So, like, I've already muted the sound on this video. But if you forget, you can always mute the sound that comes with the video right here. And then you can go over here to add music. So, I have, like, it's a little different posting music from here. So these are things that I have saved. See, it says saved. So what you should do in your free time, if you're wanting to post videos, is watch reels. Watch reels. And at the very bottom down here where it's showing the music, if it has a little arrow pointing up, that means that song is trending. And you want to always use trending music because that's what they're pushing and that's what's going viral. So if I see something trending and I kind of like it, thinking I could use that, I click on it and then I hit save. So these are like saved sounds. So I'm just going to click on one. I'll turn it up so y'all can hear it. Okay, I'm gonna hit done. And if I click on it, I'll make it bigger. So here's the video. I've added music. And I always make sure you watch it before you hit next, just in case, because I have had them be wrong. So then you hit next. And then, okay, here's where you can write your caption. You can keep it really short. You can tell people your life story. That's really up to you. I recommend like writing a little something. Depends on how you talk to your people. And then this is just personally what I do. Like I do the little say, I'm just going to say hi, you know, and then I would hit this return dot return. And then by doing that, like that's what I've been doing. I don't know if it's right or wrong, but then that way it keeps the hashtags kind of at the bottom. And so I would do that a little bit. And if you want to see exactly what hashtags I use, what I've been using, just go to my Instagram and steal them if you want to. I don't know if they work, but like some videos are doing good, better than others. So you can change your cover photo. So what your cover photo is the photo that people are going to see when they come to your page before it starts a video. So like I usually go for the finished look and I'm going to hit done. And then you can crop your profile image. So your profile image is what's in the little squares. And then the other one was what's on the actual Reels page. So like you can edit this. You can just zoom in, zoom out, make it as pretty as you want. Hit done. You can tag people. Like I always try to tag BuzzFeed Tasty because they have millions of followers and maybe someday they'll pick up my videos. You can tag the cutter people, ever who made that cutter, because they like to see you use their cutters, and then maybe a little shirt. So you can add your location. I always add my location. That way if people's reaching out, they know where I am. It allows, and I will let you in on a little secret, is they have bonuses right now. Instagram is paying certain creators to post reels. So if you go to my account and you see that I've posted like a bunch of reels, please forgive me. That is why. So when this is done, you would hit share, it would upload, and then that's how you post to Instagram. But I'll just hit save as draft. And you can do that. You can go and post like 10 videos in your drafts. So, okay. So anyway, I'm gonna put y'all back in the holder for a second. But that's it. Is there any more questions? Because I don't think I have anything else to share. I could share more horror TikTok stories, but I won't. So, okay, well, so the most important thing is have fun, make lots of videos, don't stress over them. If they're a flop, don't get upset, don't watch the numbers, just have fun, and then you never know when your next video is gonna go viral. Oh, and I got another thing. If you watch this and you make a video by using my advice, tag me, let me know so I can see how you did. I would love that. Do you post your videos to Facebook stories? Well, actually, oh yes. Well, like I usually post to Instagram and then I push everything through to Facebook. So when I make a reel, I usually share that reel to my stories and then it goes that way. And then I allow it to post to Facebook, but that goes into like a long lost folder that you never know where it is over there. It doesn't like post to your page or anything. So yeah. So if you make some videos using my advice, tag me so I can see. I would love that. Thank you for joining in on this live. I hope you have learned something. And y'all have a great night. I'm gonna hit end.